Dear students, today we are going to be learning part B programs. Let us see what is the first program in part B. Write a program to input n numbers and sort it in ascending order using bubble sort. So this is your first program. This is your first program. Okay, let us see the code for part B first program. Okay, so now we have defined these header files as include stdio.h, as include conio.h, and we are starting from the void main function, and now we are declaring the array variable. So what is the size of an array? 100. So a of 100, it is declared as an integer variable, and if you are taking the array means compulsory a looping statement are existing, and we are declaring the relevant variable for the computation. Now we are declaring here int I comma n comma j comma temp. So I j means compulsory you have to understand that it must consist of nested for loop. Okay, and n for to store n elements in an array, n for to store n elements in an array, and temporary is for swapping purpose. Temp variable is for swapping purpose. So after that we are defining the clear screen function, and printf it will display the as it is, and once again we are displaying one more printf statement which specify program to sort in ascending order. It will display as it is. Now one more output statement we are displaying, that is enter total number of elements. Now we have to enter n values from the keyboard. Okay, we want to store in an array. Okay, so for that we are using the scanf function. For scanf function percentage d. Why percentage d? Because it is an integer variable, right? N is an integer variable. Whatever the value we are reading from the keyboard, we are storing in the n. So now I want to store 5 elements. What is the value of n? I am giving here it as a 5. Okay, so means we have to read and store 5 different values in an array. Okay, so that is the size of an element. Now we are writing one more output statement, that is the printf function. Enter the array element one by one. Enter the array element one by one. For this we are writing the for loop. This, let us see this for loop. Okay, this for loop is to read the value from the keyboard and store in the array. Okay, so for that, for I is equal to 0, I less than n, condition true. What is the n value? 5. Got it? Yes. Now we want to read a value from the keyboard. That value should be stored in a of I. What is I value? 0. A of 0 location. I am storing a of 0 location as 90. Okay, and next where the control will come? Control will come to the I incrementation. Now I become 1, 1 less than 5, condition is true. Scanf. Scanf means you have to read the value. So what is the new value of I? 1. So where you have to store the value? A of 1 location. Now I am in A of 1 location, I am storing 80. Okay, and next I will be incremented. Now I becomes 2, A of 2. So A of 2 location I am storing 70, A of 3 location I am storing 60, A of 4 location I am storing 50. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. That's it. Yes. Now I will be 5 less than 5, condition false, it will skip. Now whatever the value I have read from the keyboard, I want to display. For displaying purpose I am writing the same for loop, but instead of a scanf I am using the printf statement. Okay, so printf given list is, it will display as it is. For I am once again writing the same above for loop statement. For I is equal to 0, I less than n, condition is true. If condition is true, it is displaying percentage d slash t a of I. In a of I location it consists of 90, A of 1 location it consists of 80, A of 2 location it consists of 70, 60 and 50. It will display as it is. Okay, now what is the aim of our program? Bubble sort. We have to sort using bubble sort technique. So this is the logic of your bubble sort technique. Okay, yes, this is the logic. Let us see what is the logic. For I is equal to 0, I less than n minus 1. What is the n value? 5. 5 minus 1, 4. Okay, if the condition is true, it is entering into the inner for loop. For j is equal to 0, j less than n minus I minus 1. What is n value? 5. 5 minus I, 0. 0 minus 1, 1. Right, 5 minus 1, 4. Got it? If this condition is true, it is entering into one more condition statement, that is if it is checking as if a of 0. What is the j value? 0. So in a of 0th location, what is the value? It is 90. Greater than a of j plus 1. J value is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. A of 1 location. What is the value of a of 1? It is 80. So these two value will be compared. 90 greater than 80. Whether the condition is true? Whether the condition is true? Yes. If the condition is true, it will enter into the body of statement. Here temporary variable I am assigning a of j. What is a of j value? 0. A of 0 is 90. 90 will be stored in your temp, and a of 0 location you are storing a of j plus 1 value. J plus 1 value means that is a of 1 location value will be stored in a of 0 location, and a of 1 location value what you are storing now? Temp. So automatically these two value will be swapped, interchange. Okay, so 80 will be stored in a of 0 location and 90 will be stored in your first location, right? Afterwards, where the control will go? Control will go by j incrementation. Now new value of j is 1. 1 less than 4 condition is true. Once again it will check here. A of 1, what is the new value of a of 1? It is 90, right? So after swapping, please observe, this is for our understanding purpose. 80 will be stored in your a of 0 location, 90 is first, 70 in second, 60 in third, and 50 in fourth location. Got it? Yes. Now a of 1, what is a of 1 new value? 90. 90 greater than a of j plus 1. 1 plus 1 2. So it compares 90 with 70, whether the condition is true. If the condition is true, once again you are swapping, these two value will be interchanged. So here it will come as a 70 and it will come as 90. Okay, so afterwards where the control will come? Control will come for the j incrementation. The new value of j is 2. 2 less than 4 condition is true. Once again you are checking this condition. Okay, a of 2 greater than a of 2 plus 1. What is the new value of a of 2? 90. 90 greater than 60. Whether the condition is true. Then what you are doing here? You are swapping. So these two value will be interchanged. Okay, here it is a 60 and here it is 90. Afterwards, where the control will come? Control will come to the j incrementation. J becomes a 3. 3 less than 4 condition is true. A of 3. What is the a of 3 value? 90. A of 3 plus 1? 4. So a of 4 value is 50. 90 greater than 50. Whether the condition is true, then this interchange is possible, right? So this 50 will be placed here and 90 will be placed there. Okay, here it is a 50 and new value is 90. Got it? So afterwards j will be incremented. J become a 5, 4, 4 less than 4. 4 less than 4 condition false. Okay, so now it will come to the I incrementation. Now what is the new value of I? 0. 0 plus plus 1. So 1 less than 4 condition is true. It will come here. J is equal to 0. J less than n. N is 5 minus 1 minus 1. That means j less than 3. Okay, how long it will check? J less than 3. Now we are checking like this: a of j greater than a of j plus 1. What is the j value? Initially it is 0 and 0 plus 1 1. So in 0 location it is 80 and first location it is 70. 80 greater than 70, condition is true. If condition is true, then these two value will be interchanged, right? 80 will come here and 70 will come here, right? Afterwards where the control will go? Control will go j incrementation. Now j becomes 1 less than 3, right? 1 less than 3 condition is true. Now a of j, what is the a of j value? 1. In first location 80 is there, 80 with 60, right? 1 plus 1 means 2, right? 80 greater than 60 condition is true. If condition is true, this two value will be swapped and it comes here and it comes here, right? So likewise once again j will be incremented. Now these two value will be swap. Comparison is true and it will swap. Got it? Yes. So afterwards where the control will go? Control will go j incrementation. J becomes a 3 less than 3 condition false. 3 less than 3 condition false, it will skip. Once again it will come to the outer for loop, that is I value will be incremented. Now I become 2 less than 4 condition is true. Here it will come j is equal to 0, j less than n is a 5, I is 2. 5 minus 2 3, 3 minus 1 2. Okay, j less than 2, right? Now a of 0 with a of 1. So a of 0 location, it consists of 70. 70 compares with 60. 70 is greater than 60, true. Then if it is a true, it will interchange. So automatically 60 will come in 0 location and 70 will come in second location. Got it? And next, where the control will go, j incrementation. J become 1, 1 less than 2, condition is true. Once again these two value will be checked. Okay, a of 1, what is the a of 1 location value? 70 is, and 1 plus 1, it is 2. It consists of 50. 70 greater than 50, condition is true. Then these two value will be interchange. It is 50 and it is 70, right? And next, the control will go incrementation of j plus plus. Now j is 2. 1 plus plus means 2. 2 less than 2, condition false, it will skip. If the condition is skip, where the control will come, I incrementation. Now I becomes 3. 3 less than 4, condition true. If condition is true, it will once again enter into the inner for loop. J is equal to 0. J less than n 5. 5 minus 3, 2. 2 minus 1, 1. So 0 less than 1, condition is true. A of 0 value is 60. A of 1 value is 50. 60 greater than 50 is true. Then these two value will be interchange. Okay, so after interchanging, it become 50 and it become 60, right? So afterwards, where the control will go, control will go for the incrementation of j. J become 1. 1 less than 1. 1 less than 1, condition false. So automatically it will come to the I incrementation. I become 4. 4 less than 4, condition false. So it will skip this block. Okay, now the sorted list has stored. Now we want to print that sorted list. For this, we are writing the above printf statement. Once again, the same printf statement, if you write, now it will display the sorted list. Printf sorted list, it will display as it is. We are writing the for loop. For I is equal to 0, I less than 5, condition is true. Percentage d, a of 0. What is the a of 0? New value 50. Got it? Whether it is a sorted 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, yes. So likewise it will be sorted. Okay, yes. Let us check whether it is working or not. I am having pb1c. I am having pb1.c. okay, I am editing this and I am save as. Where to save it? So we have to familiar with where we have to store. Okay, we are already having our turbo c++. So where is the turbo c++ exist? Turbo C++ in local drive C. Here turbo C3 is there. In this bin folder is there. In the bin folder you will store it as pb1.c. pb1.c. okay, so now let us open our editor. Sorry, turbo C++ editor. What is the name of a file? pb1.c. pb means part b 1.c. So this is our program and I am compiling. There is no error. I am running control F9 and it is asking for the total number of element. I am giving element as 90, 80, 70, 60, 50. Let us check. So given list is 90, 80, 70, 60, 50 and sorted list is 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So likewise you can give any number of any value, it will sort it. This is the logic for sorting. Okay, so this is your part B first program. Let us see what is the part B second program. So here the second program is write a program to search a number in a list with duplicate elements using linear search techniques. If present, print its position. So it is a linear search technique. So even if same number is present in two different locations, we have to print that locations also. Okay, so that is your program. Let us see Part B, second program. Part B, second program. Okay, let us see, this is your second program. Write a program to search an element in the list with duplicate elements using linear search. If present, print its position. So for this we have taken this header files hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h, and next it comes as a main function. After the main function we are declaring the required variable. So it is an array variable with the size 100, and I means compulsory a counter variable, n means to store n elements, search means we have to search the element, and count is 0. Okay, we are taking one count variable how many times it has come. Okay, okay, now afterwards we are taking the clear screen function. We are writing one output function. That output function enter the total number of element. So we have to store n elements. So we have to read the value from the keyboard. For that I am using scanf function, and I am giving the n value as 5. Okay, so now I want to store 5 different elements in an array. Now I want to store 5 different elements in an array. For that, let us see, enter the percentage d elements. Enter the percentage d elements means we have to enter 5 elements. Okay, so it will come as it is. And for I is equal to 0, I less than 5 condition is true, we have to read and store 5 different values. So now I am reading value is 1, that is stored in EF0 location, 2 in EF1 location, 3 in EF2 location, 2 in EF4 location, sorry 3 location, 0, 1, 2, 3, yes, and I am storing 1 in EF4 location. So if you observe here, 1 is present in EF0 location as well as EF4 location, and 2 is present in EF1 location and EF3 location. So it is a duplicated, right? So we have to print that duplicated location values also. So now we are giving enter the searching element. We want to search. So if you want to search as a 2, let us give the searching element is 2. Okay, if you provide the it as a 2, we will identify where the 2 will be presented. Okay, for that we are following this logic. This is the logic. For I is equal to 0, I less than 5 condition is true. If condition is true, it will come here. If this is the logic for searching that element. If search, what is our searching element? It is 2, right? 2 equal to a of I. What is I value? 0. A of 0, what is a of 0 location value? 1. Whether condition is true, false. Got it? If the condition is false, it will skip this statement, and once again it will comes for the I incrementation. Now I become 1, 1 less than 5 condition is true. Once again it is checking. Searching element is 2, 2 equal to a of 1. What is a of 1 value? 2. 2 equal to 2, condition is true. So here the condition is true, it will enter into this block. Please observe here the block. Here what I am doing is printf percentage d is present at location percentage d search comma I plus 1. So percentage search, what is the search value? 2. 2 is present at location I plus 1. What is I value? Now current it is 1, 1 plus 1, 2, second location, right? This is actually second location. So count is identifying as 0. First 0 plus plus means it will become 1. Afterwards where the control will come? Control will come for the I incrementation. Now I become 2, 2 less than 5 condition is true. Searching element is true. 2 equal to a of 2. What is the a of 2 location value? It is 3. 2 equal to 3, false, so it will skip. And once again I will be incremented. Now I become 3. 3 less than 5 condition is true. What is our searching element? 2. 2 equal to a of 3. What is a of 3 value? 3 value is 2. 2 equal to 2, condition is true, right? If condition is true, it will enter percentage d is present at location percentage d. What is the search? 2. 2 is present at location I plus 1. What is I value? It is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. Okay, I value is 3. 3 plus 1 means 4. So after automatically count will be incremented. Already count value is 1. 1 plus plus means it becomes 2. Afterwards I will be incremented. Now I become a 3 plus 4, right? 3 plus 4, 4 less than 5 condition is true, and we are searching is true. 2 equal to a of 4. What is a of 4 value? 1. 2 equal to a of 1, false, so it will skip. Afterwards I will be incremented. 4 plus means 5, 5 less than 5 is condition false, it will skip. Okay, now it comes to the count equal to 0. Whether count is equal to 0? No, false. Why it is writing? If we search other than the presented number, it has to give the output as number is not present in the list. Okay, that is why. And it will comes to the else block. In the else block it will print %d is present, %d times in the list. What is the search? Search is 2. 2 is present 2 times in the list. Whether 2 is present 2 times in the list, so it will display 2 is present 2 times in the list. Okay, yes. For example, if I search for the 5, whether 5 is exist in the list? No, so automatically count is 0. 5 is not present in the list, it will display. Okay, so that is your program. Here we have stored 10 different value, and I am searching for the 4 here. 4 is in this list. We have stored 4 in a different location, it has print. Okay, if I search for the 5, 5 is displaying. If I search for the 6, 6 is not present in the list. Okay, if I search for the 6, whether 6 is exist? No. Let us see the execution of this program. So I am opening this pb2. This is my program, and I am saving as in where to save, turbo c3 bin. I am saving. Okay, so now I am opening my editor, and f3 pb2.c. So this is our program, and let us compile and run. So enter total number of elements. I want to store 10 elements. I will store as 1 2 3 4 5 4 6 4 7 4, right? I want to search the element as 4. So 4 is present at location 4, 4 is present at location 6, 4 is present at location 8, and 4 is present at location 10. So totally 4 is present 4 times in my list. So this is the one execution. Once again I am running the same program, and I am going to store in 10 elements. That is 1 2 3 4 5 4 6 4 7 4. Okay, now I am searching element is 10. Whether 10 is exist? No, 10 is not present in the list. So that's it. So this is your part B second program. Okay, yes, hope you understand this concept. We will continue in the next class.